Public-private partnerships have been part of Virginia's infrastructure development story now for about almost 20 years. George Allen, as governor, got that law passed in 1995. It's been really viewed as one of the models for the nation about how to run a good public-private partnership. And in fact, the truth is it's been used, public-private partnerships have been used around the country and around the world to build infrastructure. This is not new or unique at all to Virginia. And it's a tool that in this time of pretty scarce resources that you can leverage limited government money to get big projects built by putting in 20 or 25% of state money. The private sector puts in the rest and then charges a toll for the infrastructure. This is the way roads are getting built again around the world. So it's a tool that I've got. We have limited resources. I'm going to use it. I think the alternative is you don't get anything done. And that's not acceptable, particularly in Hampton Roads in Northern Virginia. So we've got 4 or 5 mega projects going on there that are public-private partnerships. And I'm delighted to say, for instance, the 495 hotline just got done on time, under budget, a public-private partnership. To me, it shows that's a pretty good model. But if there are ways to work with the legislature to improve transparency or public input, I'm certainly glad to do that. We ought to find ways to do that. But I think that overall the system works pretty well. We're able to get things done quickly, and I think that's a real advantage of this tool. We got $14 billion in projects that are on the street right now, more than any time in Virginia history, and we wouldn't be there if we didn't have public-private partnerships. Governors always want to do more. When you have a one term, you're always in a hurry. You want to get things done, and I think we've gotten a number of big things and big reforms done. To me, it's all about jobs and economic development and opportunity for our people. That is the thing that's driven me in government. I ran on a Bob's for Jobs platform, and I think we've had some decent success. Again, going from 7.3 to 5.7% unemployment is positive change. Second lowest east of the Mississippi. That's good. A lot of people back to work, and so I think that's been the thing we probably have done the best. But it's not just about creating jobs. It's all the things that go into that, which is significant K-12 and higher education reforms. It's the improvements to transportation infrastructure that allow you to create jobs. It's changing the tax and regulatory burdens so that it makes it easier for businesses to start up. It's reducing unfunded pension liabilities like we did last year. It's balancing a budget 3 years in a row without raising taxes. We've generated almost $450 million of surpluses every year. In fact, over 450 every year in a tough economy, because we've managed prudently and been conservative in our estimates. And so all those things together have created a state that's ranked as one of the top 1 or 2 business-friendly states in the country, that is ranked as one of the top managed states in the country. And that's why people want to come here to do business. And that's why people feel comfortable expanding in Virginia, because I think they feel a certain comfort level that government's generally well run. It's not just me. I mean, it's the executive branch and the legislative branch working together. It's Democrats and Republicans working together. I had a Democratic Senate and a Republican House the first 2 years, and we were able to get a lot of big things done working together. So I don't buy the excuses in Washington that you can't get things done if you have a split legislature. I mean, the president continues to blame people. I think that's just flat wrong. You got to lead, and that's what I think we've been able to do, working with the divided General Assembly. So I think it's more of a theme, and that is make your state more competitive and focus on the pocketbook issues that create more opportunity to achieve the American dream. That's what we've tried to do the last 3 years. That's going to be the agenda this year, focusing on K-12 reform, transportation, and government restructuring. Those will be the top issues this session for me. The more we do that, the better, I guess, legacy I'll leave to allow more people to get better jobs in the future. Transportation infrastructure has been a challenge for 20 plus years or so. We're so fortunate to be in a state that continues to grow and prosper, and that means more people come, more businesses come. I have worked hard to recruit more business. That's why our unemployment rate's down to 5.7%. We've taken 7 trips nationally and internationally to recruit jobs to Virginia. But 2 things. One, the more people and businesses you recruit there, the more you'd have a need for infrastructure. But secondly, more people are asking me now long term about workforce development and about infrastructure. That's what they want to know, that if you come to Virginia, you're going to have a good place to work for a long time. We just got bumped down from 1st to 3rd in the CNBC ratings. Not a great drop, but I mean, I'm concerned about it. And the top reason was because of our transportation system. So I proposed a number of things the last couple of years. We've actually invested the largest amount in transportation in a generation because of the bond package that passed in 2011, about $3.5 billion of new bonds, $400 million transportation infrastructure bank. So we've got a lot of resources, but they're short term. These are going to be things we can use now to take advantage of low interest rates and competitive contracting. But long term, we have a terrible problem with our maintenance deficit. We drain about $400 million a year out of construction and into maintenance just to maintain the current roads. That's the law. You have to maintain what you have before you can build anything new. And it's going to get worse because of the declines in the gas tax, not adjusted for inflation. High CAFE standards mean more miles per gallon, which means less gas purchased. And then alternative fuels, very small right now, like electric cars, natural gas cars, but they're going to be on a significant rise, most people predict in the future, which means those cars don't pay any gas tax. So we've just got to be honest. We've got a math problem. And I would like to do something this session. In fact, I'm going to be insistent that we do something this session to try to fix this. I've made proposals last year, passed the House, killed in the Senate to use general funds. I think it's affordable. And so we're going to have a package this year that has a variety of components to it that will generate some real new revenue for transportation infrastructure.